Hey guys, user here. Wanted to make a quick video, and this is in regards to physics in maximum football. Now, coming from 2020, which is where this game was sort of like bought, the source code and things before it became, the maximum football that we've been playing today, there was a pure built physics engine in this game. And even though the game does not showcase that at a high level right now, I'm going to take you through a few clips here showing there is a physics engine buried in this game somewhere. So we're going to be looking at this play here. It's simply just a cross route. You're going to have a basically like some sort of like a mesh concept. You have two players sort of hit into each other. So these are two defensive players. So you're going to see them make contact here. I see now. So the linebacker is trying to cover this running back that's going to leak off the screen here. And you're going to have this receiver cross with this player. Now, what I love about this is the collision itself. I mean, this is a really interesting take on how mesh works in real football. You essentially are forcing two defensive players to swap spots and try to get to the ball as quick as possible through each other. Without good communication, that's really difficult to do. So I have a couple more clips showing some of this kind of similar tech off. So this clip is from week 5 of my Dynasty. So I've recorded these Dynasty clips about, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago. So this was a few updates ago. But in this clip, you're going to see the running back here, number 28. He's going to physically collide here and bounce his way off of this interaction, which, instead of just running into it and nothing happening, clearly there's some sort of physics-based interaction that happens here that is basically making these players respect each other on screen, keeping them from fusing through one another. So this one is going to showcase 3 players all colliding on screen and causing a chain reaction of bodies flying through. So you're going to have these 2 players here that initially hit, which then puts the other player defensively into that trailing DB. And there's a really interesting interaction that takes place there where he almost hops on one foot. Watch him catch his balance there to reestablish position. So these players are all colliding into one another. It looks like really clumsy football, but in the world of physics being represented, this is one of the better instances I have of this happening in game. In this clip, we're going to get an instance where you're going to have one defensive tackle, like a D end in a 3-4 scheme. He's going to be going up against a right tackle and a up back that's going to come through this gap, and they're all basically going to influence one another here. So you could see right away there's a twist. The body shifts. It's combination between the running back here, the right tackle, and the right guard is still trying to get in there to establish the block, but he's unable to do that after that interaction takes place. This is one of the more unique ones I've seen out of the gun H slot, where this running back will come through the line of scrimmage and usually get contacted by a defensive player. Really one-off situation here. I've never been able to replicate this with one of the defensive players since. In this last clip, we're going to get an interaction here between a defensive end and a inside receiver that's just releasing. So I must have slanted my defensive line to attack into their insides to the left here, which then puts this defensive end super wide. So on release here, you could see these guys actually make contact with that receiver and essentially knock him off balance to where he has to regain footing, reestablish himself on the field. And that's the importance of the press coverage and stuff being fixed, because when you take a lot of this timing away from a rhythm-based offense, it results in sacks. So, number 94, the interior defensive lineman. So on his rush, he actually gets drilled by the receiver, shakes it off, and the bigger, stronger player wins the interaction, like a physics engine should, and sends this guy flying. But these are just a few examples of physics that I found in the game that I can prove that I remember seeing with my own eyes. Now, I don't know if they could unleash this as a full tackling, blocking engine, but I seriously think the technology's buried deep in this code and it's just not ready to be fully fleshed out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm out.